Hello, Hawk Nation. Welcome to the 2021 school year. I am your principal, Mrs. Brady. We are super excited to have you. Want to tell you a couple things about the school and about myself. First, let me start with telling you a little bit about me. I am a proud Hawk through and through, a Horizon High School graduate, and I have also worked here for a really long time as a social studies teacher, an assistant principal, and again, now as your principal. Couple of things to know about our school is we are really proud to make our students do a lot of critical thinking and critical reasoning and learning in the classroom. So we know that even though this year will look different, our students are going to be engaged in that same work. We also talk a lot about Hawk Pride, and our students are going to learn what that PRIDE acronym looks like, not only in the school environment, but also when they're out in the community and maintaining really strong values in what it means to be a Hawk citizen. So we're so excited to have you. Look forward to getting to know all of you students and parents throughout the course of the school year. Definitely feel free to reach out if you need anything, and it is a great day to be a Hawk.
Good morning, Hawk Nation. This is Mrs. Fleeman coming to you. I'm your assistant principal and activity director, and I just want to welcome you to this new school year, as crazy as it may be. I want to encourage you to get connected. There are many ways in which you can do that. First of all, check out our website, horizon.adams12.org. Also, check out our social media sites. We have school Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our activities and athletic director also has a Twitter and Instagram. And our student government has an Instagram for you where you can get connected as a student. Any club, activity, or athletic event that you're in also most likely has their own page. So there are lots of ways for you to stay connected. Additionally, I want to encourage you to make sure that your school email is up and running and that you're checking it on a daily basis as teachers and us as your administrators communicate with you oftentimes through that venue. Have a great year. Make it a great day.
Hello, Hawk Nation, and welcome to the 2021 school year. I am Lisa Sonner. I am your assistant principal and C&I, which means I oversee curriculum and instruction within the school. We are encouraging you to be engaged this school year. Our teachers are working diligently to create great lessons to get to know you these first couple weeks and engage you in the learning remotely. So please take the time to be diligent about logging in, getting to know your adults that are on your schedule every day, and reach out to them and communicate with them. We are here for you. We are in this work together, and we want you to know that it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Hello, Hawk Nation. This is Mr. Tonjes. I'm assistant principal and athletic director here at Horizon. This is my 24th year in education, and it is my 13th at Horizon High School. I too, as Ms. Brady had mentioned, I am a Horizon graduate, so Hawk blood runs through and through. If there's one thing that I would say is get involved. Find something you're passionate about, find something you love to do, whether it's an athletic event or an activity or a club. Get involved, get involved, get involved. Become part of your school, get to know other kids, get to know other teachers, and have an amazing school year.
All right, Hawks, welcome to our video orientation. We're so glad to have you. We want to give you a little bit more information about this school year and specifically about Horizon High School. Welcome.
Hey Hawks, this is Mrs. Fleeman, your assistant principal and activity director, joining Ms. Brady to teach you some different things about Horizon High School. So we're going to start with our daily schedule. And as you can see on the screen, this student's schedule right here is posted in IC, and this is what they go through every day from first period through eighth period. Remember that we're on a little bit new schedule this year with school starting at 7:45 and ending at 3:30. Within that time frame, you will have 6 to 8 classes that you will take each day, depending on your schedule and your education plan. And you will also then have 2 off hours, 1 to 2 off hours, in which one of those is usually your lunch break. Wednesdays will be just a little bit different in that you'll still have all 8 periods, but it'll be more of an asynchronous learning approach. And if we come back to the building, we'll tell you more about Wednesdays when you get back.
Students, you'll probably see that everybody has English and social studies classes when you are in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. And Horizon is a little unique in the sense that we do something called integrated cores. And so those integrated cores are team-taught integrated classes where your English and social studies teachers work together on making sure that the 2 curricula are integrated and work nicely together. So you'll see that even in the virtual environment, those two teachers are working with larger groups of students, and they're team teaching the content and making sure that the skills and the abilities that you need in both subject matter are closely connected. So when we're back in the building, our class sizes won't be quite this large, but you will have larger groups of students that you are getting to connect with, and you are seeing in large cores in order to just do big assignments and really do cross-curricular learning. So that's what Team Taught Integrated Core is all about.
As you venture through each of your days at Horizon, you're going to work in a learning management system called Schoology. In years past, you may have worked in Schoology for some classes and Google Classroom in other classes, but this year, across the Adams 12 School District, we are all going to be in Schoology. You'll log in there every morning, you'll have your dashboard of classes, and you will begin your work from there. In addition to Schoology, you're going to see something called FLVS, and you can see the picture of it to the left side of this screen. FLVS is the Florida Virtual Learning System, and Florida Virtual is going to be part of the curriculum resource that we use to give you all the learning that you need for the school year. So in addition to maybe articles or different texts that you'll use, you'll also see the FLVS content. Lastly, we just want to highlight a system that many teachers use in the secondary world, and that is Remind. That's a great place for teachers to give you announcements about their classes, maybe just send a quick reminder, even for you to reach out and get help, especially in the remote learning system. So look for those three, but especially Schoology and Florida Virtual.
All right, and then let's talk about grading and grades. Many of you coming from middle school, you're used to a little bit different grading system. We are back into regular grades, A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. So all of your grades for your classes will be in Infinite Campus. Parents, you can find those in the parent portal, and students, you can find those in the student portal. And you'll see that your classes will all be listed in Infinite Campus. You'll see your progress grades, which are updated weekly, and then your ongoing semester grades, which is kind of your running tally of how you're doing in each class until the end of the semester when that final grade is posted. You'll also see that little gradebook icon, which is nice because then you can click on that little gradebook icon and go see the specifics of an individual course and how you're doing in that individual class.
In the secondary setting, especially in high school, we have two types of work, summative and formative. And those are weighted for the grade that you get, like Mrs. Brady was talking about with the A, B, C, D, or F. So the summative grades, those are more of like your big projects and your assessments. Those are going to be weighted to 80% of the grade that you earn in a class. And then 20% of your grade is going to be the formative tasks and assessments that you do, which sometimes look like an in-class assignment or a homework assignment, or maybe it's a short project or even maybe a short quiz. But remember, there are those summative and formative tasks, and they all are important, and they all accumulate to the grade that you earn.
All right, and grades are extremely important in high school, as we know, because you're collecting a transcript, and that transcript is helping you to get towards graduation. And so in order to get to graduation in high school, our students are not only meeting a credit requirement, but they're also meeting a proficiency expectation. And so you can see that students in high school, across all of Adams 12 high schools, have to meet 23 credits to graduate. And there's specific credits that every single student has to have in categories in order to meet that 23 credit total. Like, for example, the category of English, all of our students have to have 4 years or 4 credits of English. Or fine and practical arts, 2 years or 2 credits of fine and practical arts. And then you can see the proficiency requirements, which are, there's some testing requirements that are options, or there could be, ACT work keys, which is, again, just another assessment. There's a variety of things on that menu that allow students to show that they are either proficient in English language arts and in math in order to meet the state proficiency expectations and graduate. So your counselors will definitely talk more about this, but this is why we work so hard in our classes to make sure that we're prepared for both the grading and the credit expectation and also the proficiency requirements.
Mrs. Brady mentioned the help of your counselor. So we're going to take a pause right here and hear from some of the counselors that we have at Horizon High School and what they can do for you.
Welcome to the counseling office at Horizon High School. We are excited to have all of you back to school, even if it is in remote learning to start, but we're excited to have you guys. We wanted to introduce a little bit about what the counseling office does. We work with all students the same as you would have in middle school, but we'll work with you to add more to your career and academic plan as you move on past high school. One of the big things that we do is work with you with your transcripts, your course planning, your classes, any trouble that you might have in a particular class, we can help you with resources for that. We also help you with your ICAP, your individual career and academic plan. So we'll help you look at what you might want to do after high school with your career or college or whatever that might be. We'll work with you in classes and individually. One of the individual things that we do with you, work with you on, is your personal and social concerns that you may have. So we'll help you if you're struggling in a class, maybe struggling at home or with friends or other things. We are available to you anytime. We would prefer that you reach out to us when you're on an off hour or passing period, but we are available for you if you're having some immediate trouble. The best way to reach us is through probably email at this remote time. You can find us through the website, either under Learning Services and Counseling or through the staff website. Let's see. Do you want to talk?
There are several counselors, and the way we work at Horizon is we are broken up by alphabet and by special populations. So Ms. Rollison has alphabet A through CI and 10th grade 504s. Mrs. Moquin has alphabet CJ through GA and 12th grade 504s. Ms. Shields, that's me, my alphabet's GB through K and 11th grade 504s. Mrs. Gussman has alphabet L through M and 9th grade 504s. Mr. Medeking's alphabet is N through SI and ELL. Ms. Schwab has alphabet SJ through Z. And Ms. Newman, right here, has all SOAR students.
And in the Counseling Center, we also work really close with Ms. Cummings, who is the IT support, and she can help you with any kind of passwords or IC trouble you might be having. And then Ms. Navarra, which she can help you with enrollment, and then Ms. Rhodes, which is our record keeper.
Any questions you might have, you can email any of those people and we will get you to the right person and get your questions answered. My name is Miss Christie and I'm the school social worker. So I'm part of the counseling team and I work in the counseling office, although my role is just a little bit different. I don't have an alpha, so I work with all students for lots of different reasons. I don't know much about like your transcripts or your scheduling, but I can help you if you're struggling with like communication with your teacher or organization in your classes or any type of social emotional issue that comes up or anything at home that might be troubling you. You can come talk to me anytime. You can reach me through the same websites as the counselors, so through Learning Services and then the counseling, or on the Horizon High School homepage under staff. You can find me under Miss Robbins. I have open office hours where you can just click on my Zoom link and drop into my office, and you and I can check in one-on-one. I'll be there hanging out. You can also reach me if that doesn't work for you. You can click on my calendar and schedule like a 30-minute one-on-one check-in at any time you need. It will have all my availability. You just schedule it. It will send me an invite and you an invite, and you and I can meet one-on-one. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to email anybody and we will get you to the right person and get your questions answered.
Welcome to Horizon.
Bye.
All right, students, as you enter into your classes this week, one of the things the teachers are going to give you is a syllabus. And this syllabus is going to outline many things about the class, from units of study that you're going to participate in, to the way grades are earned, to even how to contact the teacher. And so it's really important this week that you take time to look through each syllabus that you receive. Parents, this is also a great place for you to read through the course expectations for each class that your student is in. These will be posted in Schoology, and you can find them there. Of course, you can always reach out to the teacher and ask questions about these.
One of the things we talk about a lot at Horizon is how to best communicate with the staff. We are a large building and have lots of students, so what is the best approach in order to communicate with staff members when you need them? When we're in person, we would ask students to first stay after class or during a brief moment or a pause in the class period to just talk individually with their classroom teacher. And we do think that some of those times will be available even in the remote space, but if not, then we ask that the student writes a professional and polite email to their teacher, just talking about what their concerns might be and how to maybe best address them. Then the student and teacher can collaborate on a plan of action. If that doesn't make any progress, or the student and or individual is still feeling unsure about where to head, we ask that the parent reaches out and works with the teacher again on that plan of action. If there are still additional concerns, then of course your administrative team is always here to support students and staff members here at Horizon High School. We all have individual departments that we oversee. Even though I'm the principal, Mrs. Brady, and I'm in charge of a lot of the operations, I do have individual departments that I work with closely and work with them as their evaluator. So again, we want students and teachers and parents and everybody to be successful in our system. So an open line of communication is always really important.
Parents, if you're ever wondering what department an administrator oversees or who you would contact, you can look on our school webpage, and where each administrator is listed, those departments that they oversee are also listed. Next, we're going to introduce you to our deans. And our deans in our school really oversee 3 areas: attendance, behavior, and safety. And so throughout these next slides, we're going to explain some of those things, and then we're going to give you a chance to meet the deans via video. But attendance, classroom expectations, campus expectations, and then even a lot to do with cell phones.
All right, so attendance and our attendance policy when we're in person or whether we are remote is that we do ask our parents per semester that you only get 5 times that you get to call in your students excused, or 10 times total per year. Beyond that, if you have an extended absence, then you need to work with an administrator, because that really is outside of the bounds of an excused absence. So we would ask that you work with an administrator if you have absences that are excused beyond that. You do have 48 hours to call in your student, either before or after their absence. So please make sure that you get that into our attendance line. I know we've published that in some of our emails, and it is also on the Horizon High School website. And again, if you're going to be on a trip or you need a prearranged absence form because you've got a death in the family or something that's come up, then be sure to let us know, because we want to work with families again on absences. And again, you can also monitor your students' absences in Infinite Campus. That phone app is really handy. I know I have it for my students in their school, and it definitely tells me if they are not in class, and it will definitely update even in this remote setting.
So here's how attendance looks in Infinite Campus. As Ms. Brady was saying, that app is super important, and it allows you to know when your students are in class and out of class. But also you can go into the Infinite Campus app or online from your own desktop computer if you're at work or whatever, and look and see what your students' attendance looks like.
So we really want to enforce that our students are active learners and always engaged in the learning process. So what does that look like, whether we are virtual or in person? We would ask that our students are on time, they're prepared, and that they are engaged in learning. And we talk a lot about Hawk Pride, perseverance, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. And really, respect in this particular environment means respecting people's self, their peers, their teachers, and the environment, and knowing their teachers' expectations. So Ms. Fleeman already mentioned that teachers are going to be putting out their syllabus, talking about their own classroom expectations.
and talking about what they expect of their students. And so really being tuned in to understanding that, yes, this is Ms. Brady's classroom, and this is either going to go or this is not going to go, or this is Mr. Tonjes's classroom, and this is going to go or it's not going to go. And so teachers have to be, communicating those things, and students also have to be paying attention so that they know how to appropriately respond.
So when we come back to campus, hopefully we'll get to do that this year, we have just some reminders about what that looks like, and you can see those on the screen. First and foremost, we would want you to wear your ID at all times. That's a great way for us to be able to identify that you're a student at Horizon High School. You're also going to need that ID to get in and out of our building through the door and the key card system that we now have at Horizon. Campus is closed for 9th graders. You need to stay in our building throughout the entire day, even for your lunch period or your off period. Once you earn 6 credits, and that's usually into your sophomore year, that 10th grade year, then you do earn off-campus privileges where you may leave campus when you have an off period or your lunch hour. And then we ask that you follow the dress code and that you just take into consideration all the other rules that we have set forth in our student handbook.
And I would just say, we know that our students don't have IDs and ID pictures yet, but we will definitely be working on getting some communication out to you all, so that if we do come back for in-person learning, that everybody's set with IDs and ID pictures, so that we get going right away on that.
And now we're going to hear from our deans.
Hello, Hawks. We are your dean team. There's 3 of us, and I am Miss Paul. My alpha is G through M, so if your last name starts with G through M, you belong to me.
My name is Mr. Gusman. I'm another dean here for you, Alpha A through F, and if you are in any need, then I'm here for you for that.
If you are in the alphabet of N through Z, you belong to my section of the alphabet there, and I'm Mr. Garcia, and I also have a role in the building as the baseball coach.
All right, so we're here to talk to you guys about 3 things that we do in the building and the way that we support you. Okay, the first way that we support you is we oversee attendance here at Horizon High School. One thing we want you guys to understand is this year is going to be a lot different than last spring. Last spring was called asynchronous learning, where you logged in once a week or twice a week, and then you just had to turn your work in. Okay, it's very different this fall. You have to log in every day. You've been given a schedule, or you'll get a schedule, and you have at least 6 teachers on there. Okay, you need to log in within the first 10 minutes of those classes, and attendance is going to be taken. At that point, they're going to put the attendance in Infinite Campus, and if it's left unexcused, you're going to end up hearing from one of us. Okay, so you get 5 days that you can have called in and excused, and it's going to be weird because you're already at home, but your parents still need to call you in if you're going to not log in for those classes that day. Okay, unexcused absences can impact you because ultimately, if they're left unexcused, teachers do not have to accept or give credit for the work done if it's left unexcused. So, you'll be hearing from us if you have unexcused absences, and don't forget, you must log in, show face. Teachers are taking attendance in Infinite Campus, and you will be contacted by one of the deans if, for some reason, you have multiple unexcused absences.
So another role that we play here is making sure that you guys have a safe learning environment so that you can do your best and engage in the education to the best of your ability. What that means is that we will be monitoring behaviors just as if you were in school. What that looks like is we're going to start with dress code. If, whenever you get ready in the morning and you're trying to be the student for the day, we want to make sure that we are wearing clothes that are in compliance with district expectations. That is apparel that does not have any kind of drugs, alcohol, weapons, sexually explicit images, or any kind of discriminatory wording or things like that on it. We also want to make sure that we are being conscientious of our behavior in the classroom, that we are allowing other students to learn, that we're being respectful, that we are not distracting, and that we are not doing things that may be related to vaping or related to drugs and alcohol. All of those types of behaviors would follow the same district policies and behavioral steps.
Ultimately, what I would tell you guys here, and what's most important, is stay connected. You guys are Horizon Hawks now. We are a community and we pride ourselves in being a positive and a good role model to the community that we live in. So make sure that you guys get connected. You guys are social media junkies. We know you are. So follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and make sure that you stay connected and know that we guys each have 6 teachers that are here to support you, a dean that's assigned you to support you, as well as a counselor.
Remember, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We all didn't sign up for this. We're in here, your teachers didn't sign up for this. They're here to work for you. We're here to help you become the best Hawk you can be. Our goal is also to guide you through the learning processes that take place every day, being as a member of Horizon High School. And we also want to remember to let you know that we believe we're a great school only because we have the best kids.
Go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
Go Hawks!
One of the important things that we talk about at Horizon High School, you can see it in our hallways, you can hear teachers talk about it, you can hear administrators talk about it, is our Hawk Pride, capital P, capital R, capital I, D, and E. You can see what each of those letters stands for here on the screen, but we ask that students behave in a manner that exhibits these 5 attributes: perseverance, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. And we as your administrators keep this as our code of conduct, our teachers do, and we ask our students to do, whether it's in the classroom or out of the classroom. Consider that Hawk Pride at all times. And students, you will hear different lessons throughout the school year. You'll hear us mention this in various settings as we go through learning, and we just want you to encourage you to continue to think about Hawk Pride in all that you do.
Hawk Pride is definitely one of those things that we cherish at Horizon. We spend a lot of time teaching it, and we know as family members and also as community members, you will help us hold our students accountable in this space.
All right, you guys ready? All right. P. Perseverance. That's better. Yeah. R.
Respect.
Yes. I.
Integrity.
Okay. D.
Determination.
And E.
Excellence.
Nice.
So let's talk about how you can stay in touch and how you can get information from us as a school community. Definitely, we have multiple modes, and we try to keep all of these multiple modes of communication thoroughly up to date. The Horizon website is a great place to get information. We post announcements and news stories up to date there. We also have social media pages. We have a Horizon High School Facebook page, Twitter page, and an Instagram page. We also have a Twitter page that's run by our athletic director, Mr. Tonjes, and so you can see Horizon Hawks AD there. He puts a lot of athletic scores and updates there. Our student government also has an Instagram page, and they talk a lot about Spirit Weeks and just student happenings there. You've already probably noticed that you are receiving student or school messengers, emails and phone messages and things like that from me, and you'll continue to receive those unless you opt out, and I hope you don't, so that you're up to date. We do a monthly newsletter, and those monthly newsletters will be posted on all those platforms, our website, and on our various social media pages. And then again, our teachers use learning management systems such as Remind and Schoology. They won't really be using Google Classroom this year. Sorry, we forgot to take that one off this slide because Schoology will be our primary source of information.
So once again, just something that we want to review with students and parents. Social media is a great way to stay in touch with what's happening at Horizon and a great way to stay connected and to see different ways to be involved. So there's the Twitter, there's the Facebook, and there's Instagram. And we encourage you, even if you're maybe not the most social media type person, to consider liking one of our pages in one of these 3 spaces, as we give you a lot of information there.
All right, and we have a ton of people here working for you, trying to make sure that you have a great Horizon High School experience and to make sure that your 4 years here are really amazing. You met some of your 4 administrators at the beginning of this presentation. You've met your 3 deans. You will have 6 campus supervisors. If we come back to in person, we'll make sure we introduce them to you. You have 7 counselors, a social worker, and a school psychologist that are all here for mental health. We do have a school SRO, and I have to tell you, he cracks himself up. So you'll get to meet Officer Husk as well. We have 85 teachers and 49 classified support staff, secretaries, custodians, and paraprofessionals. So again, we're a large school building, and we have a lot of people here working to make sure that you have the very best experience. And we have a motto that everybody is here working for every student every day. So just making sure that everybody has a great Horizon High School experience.
This shows you, these pictures do, some of the great experiences that our students have. If you look up here on the left, you can see math teachers participating in a spirit day. Here's an art teacher with one of her art students. Here's science teachers participating in a spirit day. Here's one of our physical education teachers talking to one of our students with special needs. And then over here, you have our ping pong club. And then on the very far right, you've got some more teachers participating in a spirit day that looks very Hawaiian. So these are just ways that our teachers support our students.
And we definitely want you to be involved in our school community. I think you've probably heard this a couple times, maybe at Link Training, those of you ninth graders who were in here for freshman orientation, and those of you guys who have been around Horizon, you know, we want you to be involved. And even in this remote space, we're going to have opportunities for involvement. So find an athletic group, find activities, find clubs, find school events, find virtual spirit weeks, find all the ways that you can be involved and engaged in the school community, because we love our Hawks, we love our school, and we really want you to be engaged in it. So looking forward to seeing all of the ways that our student body is going to figure out how to get creative and find new and innovative ways to show us their participation this school year.
Here's some more pictures like Miss Brady was talking about of involvement. There's some ping pong club. We have DECA in the center. Here in the bottom is a tailgate party from our homecoming last year. Over here on the left is trunk or treat. There's the marching band, and there's our drama community doing a play. So many ways to get involved. We know our people are still going to help you get involved even as we are in the remote space. Here's an assembly. Here's a game. And look, here we have Holiday Spirit Week, where some of our student government students were wearing their lovely ugly sweaters for Ugly Sweater Day. And then here on the right is Teacher Look-alike Day, where a student is dressing like the teacher and the teacher's dressing like the student. Maybe a little twinsy action going on there. And here's some of our athletics, wrestling, volleyball, softball, and football. So many ways for you to get involved.
And the last thing that we really just want to say is that your 4-year high school experience is exactly what you make of it. We know that our students at Horizon are the best students in the entire state of Colorado, and it is always a great day to be a Horizon High School Hawk. Have an awesome school year. We are so proud to have you. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.